You go to other Korean people's house.
This is recording.
Oh, good.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
So many of you have been complaining that it seems I only pick the movies. You know who thousands of you are. That for Kay's birthday, even though this was supposed to come out in late September, we're doing What Kay Wants Day, as opposed to originally it was What Kay Wants Week. That's
Why
right.
can't we do it what Kay would like to watch?
Because What Kay Wants sounds like a faster, snappier, catchier title.
So we're taking mostly from our library of
So
DVD.
let's
Blu-ray.
start with a 2007 film starring Drew Fuller, James Garner, Abigail Breslin, Brian Dennehy, and Bill Cobbs in kind of a drama, and approved by the Dove Foundation. Dove Foundation, I believe. The Ultimate Gift. Oh, by the way, this scene never happens in the movie. The scene doesn't happen.
It?
No, it doesn't.
Not at the ranch?
I don't think so.
So is that so bad?
Well, it has connections to Rotor now. So, Kay, start talking about your selection, which I was worried that we were going to start off with a drama, and, well, we did. So start talking.
Well, it starts out with the grandfather to all of them, was it?
Yes.
Or father to some. Okay, father, grandfather.
The main dude's grandfather.
He died. But before he died, he did a videotape of what he wanted to change for his grandson.
Which I just realized there was a Fox show. I'm pretty sure it was a Fox show called The Goodwin Games, which was actually similar to this.
Maybe.
It was similar to this premise. And is it just me, or does this guy kind of look a little bit like Chris Pine?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to be honest with you people. Originally, I hated like the first half hour of this movie.
Yeah, you kept complaining like, when is this going to do?
Well, okay, the grandfather seemed like a huge jerk. And so did the two people that were handling his estate.
But they knew him with kindness and friendship and everything that he gave back to the world.
And I was also kind of questioning some stuff, even though you said, no, that's not true, and it's like, yeah, it is.
So
go ahead, continue, and I'll be like the negative. She'll be the positive because she did cry during this movie, which is why we had to wait a while for me to wax off her tears. I could have said wax off your tear ducts. So she's going to do it, and I'm gonna maybe come in with some of the snark. And because it's What Kay Wants Day, how far do you want to go into this movie?
I don't know. It's 2007.
So
once you say one thing, then you'll know the rest probably. So what it is his grandfather has always given him money, a trust, whatever. And he's always been looking just for fun and no responsibility.
Or he gave his kids a trust and his kids gave him a trust.
Maybe. So after the funeral, and he shows up late, and then everyone gets together, which he shows up late again, for a reading of the will. And as people were very dissatisfied in what they were getting, they had to leave the room.
Abigail Breslin and her mother were there. That's not a
They were at the
spoiler.
funeral,
Yeah,
but not at the reading of the will.
they're not related. They were just there.
Yeah, I don't know why, what the relationship was.
You know,
I know you said that the ultimate gift.
no,
You were thinking that this girl was going to have to be
yeah,
like
he
taken care
was
of or
my
adopted
my
or whatever.
original idea was that I don't know, some of couple passes away, and so they're like, in our will, we have given you $10,000 for her college and her. Make it work. And I think that was the premise of Raising Helen, I think.
Mm. So, after everybody left, then they.
Can I say
Yeah,
one more
sure.
thing? I'm sorry to interrupt, but allow me to mansplain you an episode from Beyond Belief. There was a story where a woman just randomly showed up at a funeral for some random person and signed the yearbook. That guy was not liked, but he put in his will anyone who went to his funeral would the people who went to his funeral, his his estate would be divided among them.
Hmm.
His earnings at that time were $31 million.
Wow.
And you could take it as a huge coincidence, or maybe this guy that wasn't liked in real life, maybe he was trying to redeem himself in the afterlife by performing one good deed for a struggling person. Maybe that is maybe it was the spirit of James Garner, because spoiler alert, James Garner is the grandfather who's dead. I guess that's a spoiler.
No, we already said it in the beginning.
Maybe he was the one that like made her and her mother go, because that is mentioned later. It's like, hey, we saw you at that funeral.
Mm-hmm. In the park.
Okay, so I'm sorry, continue.
No, so he's kind of intrigued, kind of pissed off, kind of just mad because his grandfather gave up on him, is what he thought. Um, so there were all these little like lessons or tests that had
It
to be
was
done.
Gifts.
Gifts. So he's never had to do anything.
Gifts in quote, kind of like how, Kay, if I gave you $2 million in debt, that would be my gift to you.
I wouldn't be able to pay it. Where'd you get 2 million? So anyway.
No, I would take $2 million and then I would
know.
put that in your name, so you would owe $2 million, and that is my gift I'm giving to you.
Thank you very much.
So that way you can learn what it's like to be in debt.
I have already learned. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Anyway.
Mortgage on the house.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so the first lesson, he gets
the
on
gift of work.
Right. He's flown down to Texas.
Houston.
Which is in Texas.
In 32B or something.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be in first class, which he normally is.
Mm-hmm, because he's a spoiled rich kid.
Yeah. But they put him back in 32B.
Although one...
With a crying baby and a guy leaning on him, sleeping, and oh
is
my
that
God.
what I did to that lady in New York?
I don't know. You leaned on her, whatever.
I was sleeping, people. Statute of limitations, just saying. At least I'm hoping. Isn't it? What? So, I don't want people to think I'm some weirdo.
Oh, yeah. I'm there. So he goes down there, and his grandfather's friend lives on a ranch down in the Houston, Texas area.
This is where the movie becomes Horse Sense, starring the Matthew Matthew Lawrence and, or no, Joey Lawrence and Andy Lawrence, and I think the other Matthew Lawrence, someone, the other Lawrence brother was there, had an appearance in this movie. If you watch Disney, you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, well, congrats on being a billionaire. Anyway, so go ahead.
Whatever, you're just like whoop out in left field.
Well, I could say congrats on being basic, but I decided to be a little more original.
Okay, so he's down in Houston, and his work gift is digging holes with the pole digger and putting the poles in the ground for a fence. And the first time he did it, they were kind of lopsided and whatever. And Brian Dennehy's character connects them to his pickup truck and just pulls them all back up.
Mm-hmm. That's when this movie kind of becomes he turns into Lightning McQueen from Cars.
He figures the faster he can do it
by
and
just
do it well,
doing it all,
he gets to leave.
By just doing it, like being awake before the sky is. And I do want to say, not being able to sleep because people are playing music or something really loud, I can relate. Can you? And not just from me, right?
Right, and it's always the same song, Blue.
Or
Yep.
another country.
So he finishes that one, he goes back, and then the next one was
The Gift of Friendship.
right.
So
Everything is taken from him.
now
His car, all his furniture, his clothing, his apartment, everything.
Now, you originally said they didn't take his apartment.
I originally said that, but he became homeless, so
He was
incorrect.
homeless. So here's my, and his goal was, his problem, or he had to like make a friend. My thought was, okay, 30 days homeless on the street with no money and essentially no form of identification. How would he get a job? Like, how is he eating? And even after, well, is it a spoiler to say he does other tasks?
Oh yeah.
Or other
go ahead.
gifts?
Yeah.
After he does other gifts,
So he does the friendship.
it's not said like he gets his stuff back, or he gets really to spend a lot, or he really gets to spend or he really gets any spending money, but yet he's wearing different clothing and it looks like he's not starving. What's that about? Like, is Abigail Breslin and her mother feeding him or something? Or
Well, they had the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at the
yeah,
park.
that was one day out of 30, or
And
well,
then there was
29.
Thanksgiving, and they didn't take any.
That was a
leftovers.
later gift.
So friendship was next, and then
And I was thinking like, has he been wearing the same pair of underwear and socks for months?
probably not. So then the next gift, he gets paid for the work he did with the poles. So his the idea is to give it away.
1,500.
1,500
15 or
because the
6
IRS already took
15.
theirs.
Yeah.
So then he's at the hospital because the one guy that's playing tag with him with the bench had taken Abigail's mom's purse.
Again.
And then he finds all these bills and everything in it. He was going to give $100 to that guy, but then because he took the purse, so
I thought it was a different guy.
no, I think it was the same guy.
Then why would he have given him $100 if he was a
going
jerk?
to because he was going to give him $100 to help him out.
But if he was a jerk, why would he do that? Just give it.
Because he was told.
Are you telling me there's no homeless people where this movie is set? He's the only one? I find that hard to believe. Just give the money to like a soup kitchen or something. I don't know.
Well, what he wants to do is
Maybe he's eating
pay
at soup
off
kitchens. Who knows?
when he finds that Abigail has
Leukemia.
leukemia. He wants to pay off their bill.
He's $100 short.
Yeah,
And then he just
but he
gives
was good
$100
for
and
it
says, I'm good for it. And
because it was dollar bills and coins.
you
He
said...
panhandled.
Well, that's kind of a spoiler.
Why?
That's a spoiler.
Oh,
You said he, like, had a piggy bank or something, which I'm like,
yeah. Well, it's a lot of coins.
Well, if that was... He wouldn't have been able to get his piggy bank because they probably seized that, too.
Probably. Which his checking and savings accounts were. Oh, and the credit card.
Mm-hmm.
When he was going out with this girl, when he was trying to find a friend that he
Insert
thought,
generic blonde actress here.
and he thought she was a friend. And,
Or the one, or whatever.
yeah, and he asked to move in with her, and she said no. And then he asked her to pay the bill. Most expensive, what, wine or champagne they had.
It's like if you knew that you weren't... If you knew
He
you
didn't know the credit cards were cut off.
Yeah, but why would you spend, like, burger... Well, I guess he's rich, but burgers and fries don't cost that much in 2007.
Right.
You could probably get you could probably get a burger and fries and soda for $5.
But
I don't know, maybe he's used to, like, high-end food. It would be like us eating, I don't know, grain or something, I don't know, or grass or something, I don't know. So what's the next?
So then it was Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah, it was the gift of family.
Yes, it was Thanksgiving dinner. Oh my God. I've been to that type of dinner before.
You know,
Ah.
okay.
What?
There's a few family members, I'm not going to say who, but there's a few family members that I want to show this scene to be like, see? At least I don't talk like this. At least I talk about, like, amusement parks and movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And,
Okay, whatever.
At least I'm not
So
talking about rich people problems.
So he took Abigail's mom to it.
Yeah.
What was her name in the movie?
I don't know.
Angelica or Angela? Anyway, so they left early. And they kind of had a little fight. He'd never ridden the bus before going there.
I thought he didn't have any money for the bus.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. And then after Thanksgiving, the next one was...
Oh, education.
Oh, education, yes.
And I thought he was going to have to, like, it was going to kind of...
Go back to his high school.
No, he was going to have to go to, like, kindergarten or something.
Or teach night school or something.
Or preschool or something, like... Oh,
he goes,
really?
I'm not going there.
And then it's revealed he has to go to Ecuador.
Yep.
Because we were like Africa, Asia, Peru, South America,
yeah.
Central America. This is when. Okay, I understand he did something he shouldn't have done. He ventured into an area he shouldn't have done. I've done that a lot before. Nothing. Well, yeah, illegal. It's whatever. It's another continent. Whatever. But him being, him kind of being captured for, like, what was it, at least a month?
At least 3 weeks.
Yeah. And his beard kept changing, so I guess the people who kidnapped him were nice enough to give him shaves, or maybe he was just eating his hair, I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm surprised he didn't try to, like, dig under it or something.
Yeah, because it was like sand.
Yeah.
But
he
so
kind of
then
gets...
he learned laughter from that because they got him drunk.
Well, he learned about that before he got captured.
Yeah.
But what kind of annoyed me was that he kind of got punished for being punished.
What do you mean? Like being captured?
Abigail Breslin was like ticked at him for being captured and missing Christmas. It's
Yep.
like, hello, I was kind of a prisoner.
Yep. And then he asked for his father or his grandfather's jet
Mm-hmm.
to take Abigail, her mom, him down to Houston, Texas
Is it racist
for
if
Christmas.
I thought this old African American guy in some scenes he kind of reminded me of Danny Glover, and in other scenes Bill Cosby?
He wasn't either of them, but
The old lady kind of reminded me of like Helen Mirren, maybe.
yeah, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. It was like the
I
dollar
thought
stores.
it was more like Julie Andrews than Helen Mirren.
I could see that. Oh no, she looked more like Meryl Streep.
Oh God, no.
Meryl
So
Streep's
anyway,
cuter.
they he takes her down because her wish was to go horseback riding. But he finds out after they go horseback riding.
There's a little something else
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. So when they're doing the horseback riding,
No, there's more.
they got off the horses.
No,
What?
belated Christmas.
Yeah, they went to Houston to have Christmas.
This was after Christmas, so the house was like all decorated, and there was like, was that real snow or fake snow?
No, he shipped it in.
Okay, so I guess he now has assets to some money, or maybe he took out a loan. Who knows?
No, the rancher
Oh,
got
okay.
it shipped in.
Okay.
And the rancher put up all the lights and the Christmas tree and everything. So,
Um. Then what happened next?
well, they went for the horse ride.
Mm-hmm. Then they kissed.
Right. That was what Abigail wanted him to do for her mom. And then he had made it through everything, all of it.
And then he was given $100 million.
Hmm.
So he was like, use it however you wish, and your stuff is now back. He's decided to sell his cars, which, at the very least, they could have. I told Kay this, like, they could have given him allowance of like 200 of like $100 a month for food and transportation.
What, when he was going through all this?
When he was home, when he got his stuff taken away, it's like the least they could have done was given him that.
Well, they did give him the janitor's little residence.
Yeah, but they didn't give
down
him
in the
food or
building.
clothing or transportation.
I'm sure he got it somehow. I'm sure when he was panhandling, he got it.
Here you go. It's your part of a saltine cracker. That's all your meal is this week.
I thought it was a good movie.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
he didn't need to be like.
Do you want it on Blu-ray?
He didn't need to be Gitmo'd during some.
Okay,
He didn't need to
come
be
on.
treated like a Gitmo prisoner. Wow, it's a long review.
Yeah, you're dragging it out. So would you watch it again?
No, it's too depressing. It's too depressing. It's too.
It's on Prime, so I guess we don't need to keep the DVD.
Yeah, but just because it's on Prime today doesn't mean it'll be on Prime forever.
Right. But it's also on Tubi.
Just because it's on streaming today doesn't mean it'll be on streaming tomorrow.
That's right. So we'll make the decision whether we get it on Blu-ray or not. Okay.
I don't know. I'd rather see if there's a movie with Abigail Breslin, I would say definitely maybe Zombieland. Hold on.
Come on, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
What was that movie? Oh God.
My Sister's Keeper.
Yes, My Sister's Keeper. I would recommend those movies.
Because she's older. She was younger and she was good in it.
Even Nim's Island or Kittredge, An American Girl. I would recommend those movies.
Okay.
Not so much New Year's Eve. Now, Kay, what do you think of the movie?
I thought it was good. Any movie that makes me laugh and cry is pretty good.
Anything else?
Yeah, I would watch it again one day.
Okay, so that answers the question.
Yep. Take care now.
Hold on. Join us next time when, oh boy, we get into the controversial director